I would just like for it to be known that this die cast right here and this calendar right here were both purchased before the events of Auto Club Speedways.
Lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the.
What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be recapping the Auto Club 400, which just wrapped up about 10 minutes ago for me. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and comment down below you guys' thoughts on the race. Did you guys like how it went? Did you guys like the ending? And let me know what you liked and did not like about the race, and let me know what you guys think about my thoughts on the race, which not a lot to recap here, so it might be a somewhat short video, at least shorter than the Las Vegas one. Now, although I was happy with the finish of the race, it was kind of a snoozer. I wouldn't call it a snoozer, but compared to Las Vegas, it was a snoozer, I guess you could say. Basically what happened is, at the beginning of the run, at the restart would be the right term there, but at the restart there'd be about 5 laps of pretty good racing, 5 to 10 depending upon what restart and how everything went out. There'd be some good racing. You'd see there's a couple cars like Joey Logano, I think Matt DiBenedetto at the beginning of the race, Tyler Reddick, I remember. They would have great restarts, gaining 7 to 10 positions. I think Stenhouse started from the back and was in 17th by lap 2. So there were some really great restarters. Clint Bowyer being one of these. He started on the pole, but after a while they would seem to fade, as did Clint Bowyer, and he would just go into irrelevancy for the rest of the day. Jimmy Johnson was in second. He wouldn't really touch the lead that much, but Alex Bowman would be the clear favorite going in, and as the stage went on, he was the clear favorite. He would lead, seems like basically from about lap 10, lap 15-ish, he would lead the rest of the stage, and then obviously win the stage, getting his first career stage win. And then there was kind of a shifting of the head of the field as Ryan Blaney would take it. It seemed like Blaney and Bowman were both kind of like Las Vegas. I mean, they both were really fast. They were the two fastest cars throughout the day. And it was Blaney's turn in stage 2, as he would kind of similarly to how Bowman got the lead, he would take advantage of, I believe, side-by-side racing, take the lead, and would not look back for the rest of the stage, winning stage 2. We get into stage 3. There's a little switching of the head. I feel like somebody else led, maybe Truex. I don't know. I could be wrong there. It wasn't that long ago. God, my memory's terrible. Anyways, so then Bowman would then end up with the lead and not look back. I mean, Blaney was the only one that maybe could have challenged it, but he never got to. And as the run went on, pit stops was his last chance. He wasn't able to really gain any or lose any. And then as the second run, the final run went on, Bowman pulled away. There was some concern about tires, and unfortunately this would put a damper on Blaney's otherwise great day, and probably, as the points aren't out quite yet, probably would have kept him in the points lead. Actually, I can guarantee you would have kept him in the points lead if he would have finished second, but he would, unfortunately, with 3 laps to go, have to pit. I believe it was a loose tire, something to do with his tires, because I mean, they really pushed the limit on the tires for this one. I mean, even Alex Bowman, when he did his burnout, spoiler alert, he won. Even when he did his burnout, his right rear, I believe it was one of the rear tires, went flat. So definitely everybody was pushing the issue on those tires there at the end, and I guess that made it kind of interesting, but also low-key anticlimactic. But unfortunate for Ryan Blaney, because he was having such a great day. But we have seen with Chase Elliott winning a stage at Daytona, winning both stages at Las Vegas, had not so great finishes, didn't finish in the top 10, and yet he still has a pretty decent position, doesn't seem too hurt by that. So Blaney finishing 19th, but also getting 19 stage points today, definitely a good cushion. We'll have to wait and see if he falls or how far he falls. But anyways, to kind of end it, I kind of stopped at Ryan Blaney there. Alex Bowman would obviously go on to win the race in pretty dominating fashion, which after seeing his practices, he was clearly the fastest car through practice. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get the pole, but it didn't matter, and he was able to close the deal. I will say there was not a lot of opportunities in the race for him to really lose the lead, but at the same time, there was actually quite a bit. It seemed like every restart he would fall back, but every time he'd fall maybe top 5, he'd fall to 6th or 7th maybe, but every time he'd come back and find his way. He was able to maneuver through traffic pretty well. And yeah, I wouldn't say he went unchallenged, but once he got in that clean air, there was really no catching him. You could maybe stay with him a little bit, lose a tenth a lap, but there was no catching him once he got in clean air. And you see that with racing today. I mean, clean air is a lot, and yeah, that's how the race went. All right, so our notable finishes here. We've already talked about Alex Bowman. Had such a great day, and happy to see it. It's been a long journey. I know there are some haters out there, but hopefully they're quiet this week after a great race from him. Kyle Busch finishing second. I mean, he was really quiet. He's quiet, Kyle Busch. I mean, he slowly made his way up to the top 10, sat in the top 10, and worked his way to second. So good job by him. Seemed like he didn't have much speed. A lot of people were saying that. So second place finish. I mean, that's about the second best finish you can get in a race. Kurt Busch, third place. I believe he missed his pit stall at one point, so to finish third after that, really nice bounce back there. Really good points day for them. Chase Elliott, fourth. Finally finished in the top 10. Wasn't as dominant as he was at Las Vegas. I don't think he really ever caught a glimpse of the lead. He was always in the top 5, in and out of that. And yeah, a good day for them, a good solid day. Can we build on this consistency next week at ISM? Or it's not ISM, it is Phoenix now. Or again, but can we build on this next week? That's all I want. I'm not saying he has to go out and win a bunch of races. It seems like when he tries to do that, he jeopardizes his actual car. It jeopardizes his finish. So if he can just consistently sit in the top 5, I'll be fine. And just one Watkins Glen, please. And maybe Talladega. But anyways, moving on. Keselowski, 5th. Decided that, he probably heard that I said, maybe him and Jeremy Brolins aren't the best fit. He was like, hey, let's finish 5th and finish higher than anybody else on our team. So good finish for him. Glad to see it. I mean, if it works, it works. I'm not going to hate on him for it. I'm not saying that he should be bad, but I wouldn't mind seeing him at Hendrick. 6th place, Denny Hamlin. Also for Hendrick, by the way. This showing today, 3 cars in the top 5 pretty much all day. Could be in the back of Keselowski's mind. Who knows? I mean, just like seeing that. Also talking about the Hendricks process. We'll talk about that, Johnson. Hamlin, 6th place. He started at the back. I think he pitted like before the race started, and still came back, got 6th place. Good finish for him, especially after the Las Vegas. I think he had a good finish, but he was really in the back for most of the day then. So being able to run decent position all day and get a 6th place finish, not a bad day for him. Johnson in 7th. I want to quickly talk about Hendrick, but great day for him. He was the 3rd fastest car all day, but it seemed like at the end of the race, with the tire wear and just how long he had to run on those tires, it seemed to affect his car more than others. But 7th place, great finish for Jimmy Johnson. He's eclipsing his stats from last season, so 3 races in. But anyways, I do want to quickly talk about Hendrick. Like I said, 3 cars in the top 10 all day. Really 3 cars in the top 5 all day. Got a win. Got 2 top 5s. Got 3 top 10s. I guess if you want to count in Byron, 4 top 5s. 15, sorry. Excuse me. But all in all, great day for Hendrick. This was a track they were kind of met at last year, so to see him really do really well and dominate is great to see. Still not fully convinced they're back. We'll have to wait. I'm not going to really make a decision until halfway through the season, but definitely is helping their case here. But moving on, Eric Almirola had a pretty solid day, and yeah, I mean, it's just a solid day. Top 10 pretty much throughout. Probably fell out a couple times, but same with Kevin Harvick here. He complained about his car an immense amount of times throughout the race and actually before the race. So to finish 9th, probably pretty good for him. Eric Jones, forgot he existed, but he finished 10th, so there's that. Tyler Reddick, 11th. Nice seeing consistency out of him. That's what RCR needs, consistency out of Tyler Reddick. If he can consistently get top 15s, top 20s, a couple top 10s, it'd be very nice. He was in the top 10 there for a little bit, and FYI, his teammate finished 24th, since we want to piss off Austin Dillon's fan base just a little bit more. Matthew Benedetto, 13th. By the way, Joey Logano, 12th. He was in the top 5, I believe, for a little bit. But Matthew Benedetto, 13th. Started off the race with a bang in 4th place, but fell off. He seemed to have more of a short-run car and fell off. I believe he was just barely in the top 20 there in the middle of the race. Turned it around, got a 13th place. Nice seeing that out of him. And who knows? I mean, we're getting close to every day. We're getting close to Bristol. I'm excited to see how that team does there. We'll have to wait and see, of course. But good day for DiBenedetto and that 21 team. Got some stage points. I think they're definitely a playoff contender. There were some people questioning that. I think he's definitely a playoff contender. Martin Truex in 14th. He looked like he couldn't seem to get up to the front. Finally gets up there, and then his crew chief has a cramp. Not much you can do about that except drink more water, I guess, because that's what my mom tells me to do. Yeah, not the kind of finish he was wanting, but still, all in all, definitely had a fast car. 15th place for William Byron. He had a really quiet day. Not sure if Auto Club's one of his better tracks, so I'm not going to really hold it against him. Seems like since he's been good pretty much everywhere else, that maybe just Auto Club is knit for him so far. And you'll have that with young drivers. There'll be tracks that they don't like, so not going to really hold this one against him. But solid 15th place finish. I like the car too. I mean, it's better than the Daytona car. We'll go with that. 16th place, Chris Buescher, his teammate right behind him, and Ross Chastain. 2 solid days from Roush Fenway Racing, and Ross Chastain still running for Ryan Newman, who is obviously recovering. And yeah, and moving on, Cole Custer, 18th. He looked better than he did last week. We'll give him that. We'll give 18th place finish isn't bad. There were times where he fell out of the top 25, but to finish 18th, not a bad day for him, I guess. Ryan Blaney, 19th. We talked about him. He had a fast car, second fastest car all day, and unfortunately had to pit with 3 laps to go, finishing 19th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 20th. He was just kind of there all day. Kyle Larson had a top 10 car. Unfortunately, Denny Hamlin pushed him to the limits, and his car got loose, and he hit the wall. So, unfortunately, his day ended fairly early, but he seemed like he had a pretty fast car. Unfortunately, it just never came to fruition. Pole sitter Clint Boyer finished 23rd. I believe he blew a tire, and that pretty much ended his day from that point on. Want to point out John Hunter Nemechek, 25th. I believe he's in the top 20 there for a little bit, so I really like what I'm seeing from this 38 team. He seems to be considerably better than Matt Tifft. I think that's pretty much a fact at this point. No offense to Matt Tifft. I know he had some health issues, so I'm not going to really go in on him, but John Hunter Nemechek, great start to the season in my opinion. In my opinion, he's honestly been the second most consistent. At least he's been right on that top 20 fringe in both races, which is something that Christopher Bell nor Cole Custer have really done so far. Speaking of Christopher Bell, he finishes last place due to engine issues, and yeah, it's time for our rookie report. And our rookie report, Tyler Reddick once again tops it. And Cole Custer got 18th. Reddick had 11th, by the way, if you can't read. Cole Custer 18th. Like I said, it was kind of a so-so day for him. He was out of the top 25 there for a little bit, but came back in. Speaking of top 25, John Hunter Nemechek did not feel like spelling his last name, so I just put John H. 25th. And then Christopher Bell. Everybody was talking about how talented he is. 38th. It was completely a mechanical issue, but I just felt like pissing off the Christopher Bell fan base, if I want to be honest. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. But anyways, yeah, not a great day for him at all. I mean, it wasn't really a day at all for him, so looks like Matty Benedetto definitely avoided, got out of there just in time, because whatever problems they seem to be having, despite upgrading their equipment. So yeah, good one by Matty Benedetto for getting out of there. But Tyler Reddick once again is our Rookie of the Year front runner. I need to point here, point there. He's once again our Rookie of the Year front runner on week 2. I guess Cole Custer second because John Hunter Nemechek really finished 25th, which isn't that great. But honestly, John Hunter Nemechek fits third and Bell in last. But I'd say John Hunter Nemechek and Custer are side by side there for second place. So shout out to him and much lesser equipment. Also, I want to point out that had nothing to do with the rookie report, but Corey LaJoie is in Stewart-Haas equipment and not looking too good this season. So just kind of popped in my head and I wanted to talk about it. Now, even though I am very pleased with the result of the race, I am going to be a little harsh on it. Now, Chenry, think about this. If Kyle Busch did the same thing that Alex Bowman did, would you be as satisfied with the finish of this race? would you rate it a 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10? No, I would not. If Kyle Busch did the same thing Alex Bowman did, I probably would rate it a 5 out of 10. So that's what I'm going to go with. Really just an average race as it comes. Like I said, the restart's really interesting, but once that happened, pretty much everybody panned out. Passing was kind of, I mean, there's always seemed to be a battle at some point, but it wasn't, you know, an insane battle. But, you know, races for the lead, there were a couple battles for the lead that were very interesting. But all in all, a very average race in my opinion. Definitely not as good as Las Vegas. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Easily could have given it a 6 out of 10. But here at the beginning of the season, you know, I'm kind of thinking, let's not get too overexcited because who knows, the best race ever could happen. And I could have these races a little too high. But, I mean, that might be a little unfair. But, yeah, let me know what you think about that rating. I mean, it was a good race. We won't say great, but good race. But I'd say it's a notch or two down from that of Las Vegas last week. And obviously, I didn't even rate Daytona, so I guess it's technically higher than Daytona because we didn't rate it because I was too scared to make a video. Alright, so that is all for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and comment down below all your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about my take on the race? What are your guys' take on the race? Definitely would love to hear that, so be sure to let me know. And that's all I have for today, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.